Have you ever found yourself staring at the remnants of a broken dream? A business that didn't take off? A relationship that fell apart? Or a goal that seemed just out of reach? Have you ever asked yourself, why did I fail? Why me? If you've been there, let me tell you something important. Failure is not a punishment. Failure is not a sign that you're not good enough. Failure is, in fact, the universe's way of preparing you for something greater. Today, I want to take you on a journey that reveals failure not as an end, but as the beginning of something extraordinary. 1. The reality of failure. Failure is one of life's greatest certainties. No matter how talented, intelligent, or hardworking you are, you will fail at some point. But here's the secret. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success. Think about some of the most iconic figures in history. Albert Einstein. He didn't speak until he was 4 years old. His teachers labeled him slow and incapable. Today, we regard him as one of the greatest minds the world has ever known. Michael Jordan. He was cut from his high school basketball team. He has missed thousands of shots, lost hundreds of games, and failed over and over again. And yet, he became a legend. Why? Because these individuals understood something that many people overlook. Failure is a stepping stone. It's a tool for growth. 2. Why failure is necessary. Why do we fail? To learn, to grow, to become the person we are meant to be. Imagine if success came easily. Imagine if you achieved everything you ever wanted without effort or struggle. It might feel good at first, but eventually, it would mean nothing. Success without struggle is like a trophy without a competition. It is hollow. Failure teaches us lessons that success never could. It forces us to confront our weaknesses, to adapt, to innovate, and to persevere. It sharpens our skills and deepens our resolve. Without failure, there can be no growth. 3. The lessons hidden in failure. Let me tell you a story. There was once a young man who dreamed of being a writer. He sent his manuscript to publisher after publisher, only to receive rejection after rejection. For years, he faced nothing but failure, but he didn't give up. He kept writing, kept improving, kept learning. That man was Stephen King, and the manuscript he refused to abandon was Carrie, the book that launched his career and made him one of the most successful authors of all time. What if he had given up? What if he had let failure define him? The lesson here is simple. Every failure carries a hidden gift, a lesson that brings you closer to your ultimate goal. 4. Failure builds resilience. Think of failure as a storm. It shakes you to your core, leaves you battered and bruised. But when the storm passes, you find that you're still standing. And not only that, you're stronger than you were before. Every time you fail and get back up, you're building resilience. You're proving to yourself and the world that you can weather any storm. Resilience is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. It's what allows you to keep going, even when the odds are stacked against you. 5. The stories we tell ourselves. The biggest obstacle to turning failure into success isn't the failure itself. It's the story we tell ourselves about it. When we fail, it's easy to fall into a negative mindset. I'm not good enough. I'll never succeed. Why bother trying? But what if we change the narrative? What if, instead of seeing failure as a dead end, we saw it as a detour? Instead of a defeat, we saw it as a lesson? The stories we tell ourselves shape our reality. If you tell yourself that failure is the end, it will be. But if you tell yourself that failure is just a step on the path to success, you'll find the strength to keep moving forward. 6. Turning failure into success. The blueprint. Now, let's talk about action. How do you turn failure into success? Here's the blueprint. 1. Accept it. The first step is to embrace failure. Don't run from it. Don't deny it. Accept it as a natural part of the journey. 2. Analyze it. Every failure has something to teach you. What went wrong? What can you do differently next time? 3. Adapt and adjust. Use the lessons you've learned to improve. Change your approach, refine your strategy, and try again. 4. Stay persistent. Success is often just one more attempt away. Keep going, even when it feels impossible. 5. Celebrate progress. Even small steps forward are victories. Celebrate your growth, no matter how minor it seems. 7. The power of perspective. Let me leave you with this thought. Failure is not a reflection of your worth. It does not define you. What defines you is how you respond to it. When you fail, you have two choices. You can let it break you, or you can let it build you. You can give up, or you can get up. You can let failure be the end of your story, or you can let it be the beginning of something extraordinary. Closing, your success story awaits. Remember this, every success story you've ever heard was once a failure story. Every great achievement was once a dream that seemed out of reach. Your failures are not obstacles, they are stepping stones. Your setbacks are not endings, they are beginnings. So, the next time you fail, don't be discouraged. Be grateful, because failure is not the end, it's the start of your success story. Your journey is just beginning, your greatness is waiting, and it starts with your willingness to fail, to learn, and to rise again.